Hello, movie people. Welcome to a new episode of the CineGuy. I'm your host, Steven Angulo. Let's talk film. He has come home. We return to another terrifying night in Haddonfield on Halloween night in Halloween Kills. Taking place directly after the first movie, Michael Myers is on the prowl once again. This time, bent on going after Laurie Strode, his most famous victim, who is confined to a hospital bed the entirety of the movie. So, who does this movie belong to then? The other survivors of Michael's rampage back in the 70s from the classical movie. That's right, it's a reunion movie with Lindsay Wallace, Sheriff Brackett, Tommy Doyle, and Lonnie from the original movie, except for Tommy because he's now Anthony Michael Hall. The little nerd from Breakfast Club, where has he been? So they become this new ragtag team to hunt down Michael Myers and take him down for good. And not just that, they recruit the entire town who has been haunted by the legend of the Haddonfield babysitter murders. But of course, it's gotta live up to his title, and Michael does do a lot of killing in this movie. He slaughters a group of firefighters, kills a kid in a skeleton mask, brutalizes an elderly couple, and murders the gay couple living in his old house. Yeah, it's just insane. And as for the survivors, Marion, the nurse from the first movie who survived the attack, gets killed in a similar attack when Michael climbs the car. Lonnie gets killed in the Myers house. Lindsay is now confined to a hospital bed. And Tommy? Well, so as the entire town is hunting down Michael, it just shows you the impact that his legend has had on all his residents. Like, they know this guy's a monster, and he's just like terrorizing such a quiet town, so it's time to end it. And that all comes to place at the hospital when they think they see Michael. A mentally ill patient who was part of the same hospital that Michael was confined to arrives, and suddenly this whole mob of people starts chasing after him going, "It's Michael, it's Myers, kill him. But no, it's not. And then what happens next? Do you think they listen to like reasons like, oh, this guy's not Michael Myers? Why is he running away from a mob? No, they keep going after him. Next thing you know, this guy jumps off a window and kills himself. And here's the thing about this movie. It made me care about a random character that I don't really care, that has no development whatsoever, but suddenly I feel bad for this guy because he had to do this. I don't even know what his name is. But it shows paranoia and its effects on people. They are so terrified and eager to stop this nightmare that they think the boogeyman is in every corner pretty much. It isn't until the final showdown when they get a piece of Myers. So, Laurie's daughter Karen and her granddaughter Allison, they manage to lure Michael out of the Myers house where he is cornered by the townspeople. And they each just rampage on him. Baseball bats, punches, stabs, beating him with other, so many household objects. They're just destroying this guy until finally Karen gets the final stab. But as Michael Myers, you know what happens next. He just gets back up and kills them all one by one. I mean, he cannot be human. He's been stabbed, shot so many times, beaten, and he just walks up, swipes the dust off his shoulders, and okay, let me kill you for real. Man, such a pity to see Brackett and Tommy just die like that. Oh, man, well, as the middle movie, they had to say goodbye to the classic characters and continue the story on with the new ones. This pretty much just became the Star Wars sequel trilogy in one movie, convoluted and just finishing off the original characters. So by that logic, Laurie might die in the final film. I mean, it makes sense. It will be pretty badass, but I don't know. Are we ready to say goodbye to these old classic horror movie characters? Also, this kind of expands on the whole motive for Michael's killings. It's always been because Laurie is his sister, or there's a cult that likes to bring him back to life, or so many of them. Also, this kind of expands on the whole motive for Michael. Like, at first it was all like, oh, Laurie's his sister, or there's a cult that, wants to bring him back that brings him to life, or he just wants to go home. The movie explains the reason why Michael is always staring outside of his sister's window. He's not looking outside, he's looking at his reflection. Like, he sees, like, he might see what we all see, but it's pretty obvious that he's seeing something else. And that's something we will love to figure out. Maybe the next movie will explain it. Maybe we won't. Who knows? The Mystery Michael Myers will live on forever. Also, I hear this next movie will take place during the pandemic, post-pandemic, so I don't know. We'll see if Michael is pro-vax. That just means Laurie just needs to call for Michael and booyah, movie's over. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Overall, it lives up to its name. There's plenty of violence, gore, and killing. So if you're a fan of the Halloween movies, you might think like, okay, this doesn't really extend the story. It feels more like a middle point, and it just makes us want the ending so even more. So my final rating is going to be 6.8 pumpkins out of 10 stabbing. Alright guys, hope you enjoyed this. Really, if you like this, subscribe to the crew. I'm for another awesome review. Be sure to follow the Instagram page of CineGuy for more fun reviews. That is at CineGuy Steven. I'll see you there. This is Steven and Gil signing off. Happy Halloween. Evil dies tonight.